Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is Raven 2. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine if you want to. This is the second machine in the Raven series. Some parts of this machine are very similar to the first one. However, the privilege escalation would be different. We'll be using the UDF function or user-defined function of MyCircle to elevate privilege. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 236. So what do we have to do next? We need to do port and surf scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the option like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Of course, the IP address has been changed, which doesn't matter. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3, 4 open port numbers, but the last two port numbers are used for or used by RPC, remote procedure call. You know, in most cases, we do not need to pay attention to such port numbers. So let's look at the first two open port numbers one by one. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service and also the version information, including the exact version number 6.7. This version is a bit outdated. However, I don't think we can find any vulnerability except the username enumeration vulnerability, which is not what we want at this point. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information Apache 2. So, sorry, of course, we need to access this web application manually by the browser. Put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter, and we got this page back. And I think this is the same as the first machine in the Raven series. For example, like about us, service, team, block, and block. This link will be led to or redirect to the WordPress, and you need to. Maybe we need to change the host file. Sudo. And we need to change IP address to our current target. So now we can write and quit. And then we can refresh the page. In the meantime, we can go back to the home page of this site and the contact. You know, this one can allow us to send a message to the administrator of the site. And do you remember the first machine involved the PHP Mailer vulnerability? And in that machine, in that video, I used the Python exploit to get the shell. But here, I'd like to take a different way. So I think you will know what I mean when we get there. And also the links like the first one, first machine, login and register links are not effective or are not active. Okay, and we can refresh the page, and this is the WordPress application or CMS. So what should we do next? First of all, we need to check whether the site has robots file or not, but not found. Next, we can launch Ligato to do the automatic immersion. And Ligato can give us information about the web application from different aspects, such as the banner information, the request header information, and also some common files or directories. As you can see over here, WordPress has been retrieved by Ligato, although we have already got this directory when we manually walk through the site. Okay, so how to do? Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory immersion. Directory, GoBuster directory, medium, and extension option. And the output are exactly the same as the first machine. As you can see, like Surface, CSS, WordPress, but also the vendor directory is there. So next we can access this directory, vendor. And I think now of course, you can take a look at all files and directories under the vendor directory. Even we can get the first flag or flag 1. And also we can notice that the target is running PHP Mela library readme version. So this version is a bit old, and we can use such as Sprite. I'd like to interrupt GoBuster here. So we can use such as Sprite and PHP Mela. And I think I used this Python exploit to get initial foothold or get the shell on the target. And in this video, I'd like to take Metasploit instead. Okay, but you will have problems. Okay, I think again you will know what I mean when we get there. So we can launch the Metasploit console. Then we can search all modules which has relation to PHP Mela. Search and PHP Mela. And the first one is what I'm looking for. So this is, we can copy, send a mail argument, and then we can use this module, and then we can show options. We do not need to change the payload type, and we can set localhost to our Kali Linux. Set local port number to 555. Set remote host to our target. And port number, we just leave it as it is, 80. And target UI, of course, our target or the page what we are trying to exploit is contact page. So we can set target UI, target URI, and this should be contact PHP. And let me check. Also, I think in most cases we need to change the path of the web root. We can set the path. Oh, sorry, not This should be web root var www HTML. So now we can run it. As you can see, the writing the backdoor to this file and sleeping before requesting the payload from this one. And here, you know, it's telling us we need to wait for up to 300 seconds to trigger the payload. But I like to tell you, this exploit cannot be done successfully as we expected, although has already writing or uploading the backdoor to this target. But you know, the session cannot be set up successfully. To save time of this video, I will not wait 300 seconds. So how to do? We can access, because the backdoor has been uploaded to this, you know, to this file. And how to do? Maybe we can, you know, we can use another. We can set up the handler, multi-handler, and we can set the payload to this one. We can use the same payload. Yeah, this one. And then we can set local host to our, maybe we need to show options. So set local host to our Kali Linux, set local port number as usual will be set to 555. You know, of course, you can set this port to anyone what you are comfortable, right? And now we can run it, and the handler can start it. Okay. So now we can copy this page, because this should be the backdoor, and put in the end. But it doesn't work. Interesting. Maybe I need to repeat this process. Search PHP Mela, and then we can use this module. Set local host to our Kali Linux. Set local port number to 555. Set remote host to our target. Set target URI to contact PHP. Set web root to var HTML. Then we can show options again to confirm our configuration with this module. I think it's configured properly. Then we can run it, writing the backdoor to this file, and we need to wait 300 seconds. Maybe I have to wait, but I'd like to pause the video when the time is up, and then I will come back. All right, I'll come back. As you can see, the exploit completed, but no session was created. So next, just as I said before, we can manually set up the handler. So we can use what I'm doing, use exploit multi-handler, set a payload to, we can use which payload? Yeah, this payload. We can copy and paste in here. Set local host to our Kali Linux, and set local port number to 555. And then we can run it. So I believe the web shell has, or backdoor has been saved into this file. So we can copy and access this file. As you can see, we successfully got Met-Preta session. Wonderful, right? So next we can, of course, we can clear the screen. We can get the shell and to spawn. Of course, just now I forgot to demonstrate to enumerate WordPress with the utility WP Scan. But I like to tell you, we cannot get anything from the WordPress, almost anything. So now we can continue. Python 2 is there. Import PTYs. And next, we need to do some local enumeration. And we can go to the WordPress. Also, I'd like to export the term variable. So then we can clear screen when necessary to get bigger space on the screen. Clear. And we can get out the configuration file. And because this file contains the credentials for the database, yeah, this one. So next we can connect to the database. And we can show options. Oh, sorry. We can show databases and use WordPress, show tables. And we can dump data from the users table. And you can get the encrypted password. We can save this hash to file. Hash. And then we can use John Reaper to crack it. But I'd like to tell you, maybe it's not difficult to crack the password. Similarly, we can copy the password of Steven user. We can copy. We can echo. Hash. Similarly, we can use John Reaper to crack it. But again, no password. No password. So, but I want to tell you, with this machine, I cannot retrieve the password for both users. So next, I think we need to do or continue our enumeration. Just now we have already, enumerated the database. So now we can go to other locations on the target. And then we can get the second flag and also the bash history. But not there. Go to home directory. Go to Michelle. Nothing there. Go to Steven. Nothing there. Go to the OPT directory. Nothing there. And go to the backups directory. Nothing there. So next, I'd like to, upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic enumeration. And I've already got this script ready. So next, in order to upload this script to the target, we can simply set up web server by Python 3. And now go back. We can use wget to upload. And we need to make it executable. And then we can run it. When we try to elevate privilege, in most cases, we need to rely on the power of linear shell script. It's done, and then we can scroll up to see whether we can find some vectors which allow us to elevate privilege. Sorry, my bad. And let's continue our scrolling. But nothing so far. A lot of output by the linear shell script. Nothing there. Binaries with capabilities. SUID, SUID. User limbs, active ports, cron job, processes, some local exploits, because I think the kernel is outdated, but I'm not going to take exploit of a kernel to elevate privilege. Very old kernel. So let's go back to check information again. I think you can notice here the MySQL daemon process is run by root user. So it means that if we can, run the user-defined function, and then we can get the privilege of the root user. So how to do? And we can, of course, we need to do some, let's go back. We need to do more checks. Clear, go to, or connect to the database. Again, we need to copy password from notebook, paste in here. We need to do some checks. For example, the first one is the variables. Like secure, and the secure part also or off, and also privilege is not set on. It means that it's possible to upload or to execute a user-defined function, and we need to also we can show variables like plugin. As you can see, this is the directory of a plugin. So if we have permission, we need to upload or set the plugin to this directory. Maybe we can copy this path. Next, also we need to check the version of MySQL. Newer version doesn't allow us to do such a thing. Okay. Oh, sorry, not this one. Select version. This is a 5.5, and then we can use such a sprite MySQL, and of course we just interested in UDF. Okay, so I think this is what we are looking for. We can get it down or get a copy of this code by option of M. And however, how to do? Even we do not need to go to Google to make some research. The code itself always contains some usage or help. We can cut out this code. We just follow the instructions which are given to us inside this code. As you can see, we can run it. Of course, the file name is not this one. We need to do some modification. It's done. And this file is generated. Next, we can compile with this command. So where? Yeah, this one we can copy. And of course, we need to do some modification. Here, this should be, we can use the same file name. And also, we can use, this should be output. And okay, press enter. It's done. Next, we need to upload this shared object to the target. Okay, we can use. Oh, we need to first of all need to exit from the MySQL, and then we can use wget. So the web server has started. So it's done. Next, we need to connect into the database, MySQL database again. And with the password, paste in here. Then we can continue. We can use the MySQL database. Use MySQL. And then we need to create a table. We just simply copy this statement. No error, which is good. Next, we can copy. Of course, we need to do some modification. The path should be different. Temp. And then we can copy this statement. No error. Next, we can select or dump file to this path. And we can copy and replace this part. And we can use the same name. Okay, we can copy, then can dump to the target or destination. It's done. Next, we can create a function. We can copy. Also, we need to do some modification. This should be this one. Replace the name and copy. This command or statement will create the function. No error. Next, we can select to check whether we have already successfully created function. Indeed, it's there. So next we can run command. So how to do? We can, for example, like run this command. We can copy. But here I like to change the command. I want to, for example, we can change mode or add SUID bit to find command. Okay, so let's copy. Okay, now we can exit. Next, we can utilize the find command. Now this time the find command has SUID bit on. Okay, so SUID bit. So next we can go to the GTF OBIMS to run command the find to elevate privilege, and we can copy, paste over here. However, we got illegal option. Don't worry, we can paste over here. We just remove this option. So I don't think we need to have this one. We can copy. Okay, it's correct. So now we can navigate to root directory, and then we can grab the final flag. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.